Chapter 2. As Oi walked home, she passed the corner of the playground where Liliandra held secret meetings at recess. A girl had to act cool to be invited to join the club. Oi paused for a moment to study Liliandra's clubhouse, a special spot between the climber and the wall, out of sight of the playground monitors. Would she someday get invited? Not every girl was in the club. Oi played jump rope and swung on the climber with Kelly Marie, who had funny splotches on her skin, and with Marissa, who was in the lowest reading group. Sometimes Marissa taught her clapping games. My mother had a baby, she named him Tiny Tim. She played with girls from other classes whose names she didn't know. They hardly talked as they played and certainly didn't share delicious secrets like those being whispered in the clubhouse. When she had told Kunpa and Kamer about the clubhouse, they'd frowned and warned her not to get off track at school. A club wasted time. School was for studying. Oi stepped around the broken glass on the sidewalk while a brown dog lunged at the chain-link fence. I know this neighborhood is not as pretty as Linden Street, Kunpa had said, but we have to live with it. Last week, they'd moved to that part of town because rent was cheaper. With less to pay, they would send more money to Oi's Thai granny, Kanya, who still lived in Bangkok. Oi passed Jerry's Lee Ho Market. She'd seen Frankie go into that store more than once, probably to buy trading cards. They were forbidden at school, but kids brought them anyway, passing them whenever the teachers weren't looking. Sometimes Oi longed to hold the shiny cards and gaze at the magical animals and symbols she saw flash quickly from hand to hand. Her parents would never buy such silly things for her. At home, she slipped off her backpack, then unfastened her shoes and put them neatly beside the others on the front porch. Her father's shoes were still there, the flip-flops he wore summer and winter, just like in Thailand. He hadn't gone to work yet. Inside the kitchen, Kunmer was still unpacking boxes from the move. "Hello, little daughter," she called. "How was school?" She unwrapped the glasses from their newspaper nests. Her hands were black from the ink. Kunpa was lifting Oi's little sister Look up to the faucet to wash her hands. She splashed her fat fingers in the stream of water. "That boy keeps saying I'm Chinese. Soon everyone in school is going to believe him," Oi announced, shifting from English to Thai. "Oh, that bothers you." Kunmer turned from the row of glasses on the counter. "I am not Chinese." "People just don't know. They've called me Chinese too," said Kunpa. He dried Luke's hands. "Me too," said Luke. She liked to say, "me too," whenever she had a chance. "So, what did you do about the teasing?" Oi asked. "I ignored it," asked Kunpa. "Just tell them that you're Thai," said Kunmer. "That boy is stubborn. He wouldn't believe me." "We'll talk more, Oi. Right now," Kunpa glanced at his watch, "I'm almost late getting back to work." Oi watched him open the door and slip his feet into his flip-flops. Every day he came home after lunch and returned to work in the evening. Now he would leave the little bit of Thailand they'd created here at home. But soon he'd be in the kitchen at the Royal Thai Buffet, speaking Thai, surrounded by the familiar smells of lemongrass, fish sauce, and galanka. Kunpa still didn't know how it felt to live in the real America.